Police surround the place. Turns out motorbike races are taboo here. Born with the silver spoon, Annie was completely dumbfounded by this scene, and before she knew it, the cops had her in handcuffs. Just when she felt hopeless, a big foot appeared. Jack swooped in like a hero in a sitcom to save Annie. He left her at a bridge, leading the cops away alone, and it took him ages to return. "Annie, Mommy, where are you?" "Right here." "Just stand still. This place has no dogs, and I'd hate for you to turn into one." "There's definitely no dogs here. But how do I get out? This is so embarrassing." Annie refused to budge, curiosity taking over. She playfully threatened, "If you don't come out, I might Wait a sec. Can you promise not to laugh?" After getting Jack's assurance, she peeked her head out cautiously. The moment she showed her face, Jack outright broke his promise. He was in stitches. Ignoring Jess, Annie prepared to sit on the back seat, but was pushed away. Jack took off his jacket. He suggested she change clothes, a sweet gesture that made Annie a little uncomfortable, but when she changed, she found Jack peeking. That's when Annie realized what Jack was really up to, just as a big black dog appeared behind him. Come on, we need to hurry, Annie. Lift her up quickly. We're on a tight schedule." Annie and Jack's love story started to simmer down as they snuck out to a party at midnight, but Annie caught the eye of one of Jack's admirers. In a fierce war of words, neither of them was willing to back down. Annie and Jack's love was starting to mellow. Oh boy, it was really mellowing out. Sneaking out to join a party in the dead of night, Annie became the target of one of Jack's rivals, both refusing to budge. They even ended up in a fist fight. Annie suddenly realized just how violent social circles could be. Well, Jack swore had change for her future. What a promise. While this was a mere hiccup in their romance, it planted the seeds for future drama. The teacher started to suspect Anna's excuse for skipping class and uncovered her secret relationship. Upon the submission of another leave request, Anna's incidents of skipping classes were brought to light. Her mother was called in, and while she managed to save Anna's status, her grades took a Jack heard about it and immediately went to the teacher, threatening to kidnap her dog to get results. He promised to return the dog after Annie graduated, and everything should go smoothly from here. But reality had other plans. Annie called Jack over while her parents were out for a visit. Just when they were about to get into something spicy, they heard laughter coming from the living room and found the place packed. Friends filled the house as if it was the neighborhood block party, carelessly rearranging the furniture. Jack attempted to explain, but unfortunately had no opportunity, as Annie had decided to take her very first stab at cooking that very night. With the assistance of her friends, she meticulously prepared a lavish dinner with the intention of sincerely apologizing to Jack. But when it was time, he was a no-show. Finally, Jack called to learn that a valuable ring had gone missing because of the intruders. The first person who came to mind was the one he knew all too well, the gangsters. Jack boldly demanded the ring back. The guy attempted to argue but sheepishly surrendered under Jack's friendly persuasion. Ignoring his injuries, Jack rushed to find Annie and saw blood trickling from her lip. No matter how mad he was, all the anger faded as he gently treated her wound. Anna's mom's opinion of Jack shifted slightly, and she didn't discourage the relationship as much. After ending her exams, Annie barely scraped through, making up for her skipped classes with impressive scores. Upon receiving the good news, Jack stuck to his word, and his friend returned the dog to the teacher. However, just after the dog was returned, Annie visited the office to ask a question. She noticed the teacher instinctively shielding the dog, and Jack's doubts about his grades started to resurface. The disappointment in Anna's eyes hit Jack hard, deep in his gut. A sleepless night gave Jack the courage to admit his fault at the ball, and their eyes locked, drawing them closer together. But before they could get back together, a guy spilled red wine all over Anna's dress at the ball. Jack lost it, revealing his violent side to everyone in the room. Seeing the disappointment in Anna's eyes, Jack realized he let her down once again. Just then, Anna's classmate received dreaded news Jack's brothers had an accident in a motorcycle race. They rushed to the scene, and upon seeing their lifeless friend, Jack was consumed by despair and panic. Jack stood frozen in disbelief, his eyes reflecting the depths of his despair.